right. All right, welcome back, everyone. J Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Ooh, it's been a bit. It's been about a week since I've been on here. Multiple reasons. Not gonna get into everything. You guys, it's a no-brainer. You guys know what time of year it is. You know that Christmas is coming up soon. We've got family coming into town. I'm doing some deep cleaning, just trying to get everything ready. So yeah, it's just taking time away from here, and some other stuff going on. Yes, it's definitely definitely hoodie season. Hell yeah, it's cold. In fact, I've been thinking about trying to get some merch going again and maybe put up some hoodies for this season. But I don't know. It's the merch stuff is just on the back burner now because I put up a few things before, just didn't sell anything. Swag fan, what is up? Glad you can join live. So yeah, as you can see by the thumbnail, we're going to discuss a little Killer Kross. But before we dive head into this discussion, don't forget, folks, to always smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. Oh, so we knew this was going to happen. We just didn't know when. There was a couple different predictions out there. In fact, it's been a long time since I've done this, so we're just going to surprise you, surprise a couple folks out there. We're actually going to crack a cold one. This is actually one of my best friends' homemade brew here. And this is something actually really unique. He only made me a couple bottles. This is the second one. So let's just say this is the second beer I've had in about 6 months. Zero tolerance. So I'm probably going to be drunk in about 5 minutes. No kidding. That's tasty. And this is a sipping beer. This isn't one you chug, folks. There is, I believe, what did he say? I believe he said now sit down for this one, folks. So this one is, it's interesting. There's nutmeg in here, cinnamon, brown sugar. It's a very sweet, full flavored beer. Very tasty though. And if you're not into that kind of stuff this time of year, then you're probably not going to like it. And I gotta admit, when he first told me about this, I was like, "Ooh, I don't know how that would taste in beer," but honestly, it's pretty damn good. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna see if he can maybe he lives like 5 minutes from here. See if he can send me over a 4-pack, and I'll just enjoy him over the holiday season. What is up? Critical Sting each day closer to Christmas, and another free agent that becomes available. Very true, my brother. Homemade bubbly. That's right. Keep Fullerton's in here. What is up, buddy? Moonshine. No. Yes, Eric, a little bit of the bubbly. Whoa! Throw in some shade. One less problem for Impact Wrestling. Yeah, and like I said, we're not going to be privy to all the conversations went on. I'm sure we're not going to find out all the details of what went on between Impact Wrestling and Killer Kross. Opinions on that situation aside. Let's just put that aside. That's been discussed at length. And for those of you who didn't see it and maybe heard about the news, let's just jump into a little share screen here for those who maybe didn't who didn't see this, now I don't remember. I don't do this a lot on my own. I don't know how much this is actually going, if you guys are going to hear this or not. But let's play this. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike. This is interesting though. And we'll just kind of go over some of the visual things here. Number one, it's rainy, it's outside, it's dark and it's dreary. He's walking towards an apartment building or hotel or something here. You see the silhouette, you hear some fuzzy noises here. Let me know if you can hear this, because I don't know if you guys can still hear this stuff or not. But anyways, he's entering an apartment building. We hear the ominous laugh. Someone online can't hear it. Okay, that's all right. So we see here, Brian Pillman Jr., we see Eddie Kingston and NWA, Jacob Fatu, Nick Aldis, champions, guys from Ring of Honor, Minoru Suzuki. No, that's not. No, I forget what his name is. There's Minoru Suzuki. I know he was in here somewhere. Some guys, other guys, Okada from New Japan, Mox. Now it's interesting because Mox is the only one from AEW that they show in here. Gargano, Matt Riddle, Shinsuke, the big dog, Brock, Velasquez, Let Me In, obviously Bray Wyatt, Trips. Trips is an interesting one. Tick tock. So that's the promo. So a lot of interesting faces in there. Like I said, I'm hoping I don't get a copyright strike for that. But it's like a video of a video of a video, so who knows? Guess I'll find out soon enough. The big dog is gonna take down the video. So okay, so let's go over this vaguely. He shows MLW, okay, NWA, New Japan, Ring of Honor, NXT, and well, you can roll NXT and WWE honestly into one big mess. So and while I'm discussing this, where do you guys want to see him? Man, this thing is not showing me all the current stuff. Catch up on a few of these. Yeah, it won't show me any of the current. Now it finally did. Oh my goodness, it took forever. All right, so here we go. Swag Fan 100 says, I think he's going to try WWE. Elijah Washington says, Killer Kross versus Bray Wyatt or Bray be Taker and Kross be Kane. Can happen. That'd be interesting. All right. Eric says AEW. The face of New Japan of America. Ooh, now there's a concept because yeah, they launched that brand, but I don't think I've heard any like news on it since. I know they've got the dojo here. Elijah Washington says AEW. Wait, you just said WWE. You gotta make up your mind. No, I don't care. You can have as many opinions as you guys want. J Rock Freak says Kross should go to New Japan or NWA. Interesting. Hakeem Fullerton says, although I'm not happy about the whole situation, I'll be the first to say that I wish Kross the best at what he does next. And he better hope that this decision doesn't come back to bite him. Yeah, well, we're going to find out soon enough, aren't we? Elijah Washington says, but if Kross goes to Ring of Honor, maybe he can help Ring of Honor. Think about it. Yeah, you can totally look at it from that point of view. Let's turn it a little, and I've done this in a couple other videos. What the heck? Random hair in my sweatshirt. God knows it ain't mine. Who's wearing my clothes? Anyways. Ooh, tasty. So let's turn this around. Who needs Kross? That's another really interesting way to look at this. NWA is growing. I haven't heard any spoilers, nor do I want to know any, as far as what's coming up in the next set of tapings, or what they got planned for the next couple set of tapings. They got another pay-per-view coming up in another month, I guess. That's very interesting. Marty's just showed up. So you could say NWA would need a guy like Killer Kross, or is Killer Kross like too intense for NWA? Because I feel like a certain kind of person needs to be a part of NWA. I don't know. That might sound weird. Someone's really got to like fit the bill to be in NWA. There's got to be something really unique and special about him. And I'm not saying that Kross is not unique and special. He's very unique and he is very special. Let's look at another company that would certainly need Kross. Ring of Honor. They are currently rebuilding again because it looks like they're losing a couple people. They just lost Colt Cabana. We thought they were losing Marty, but people got to remember Marty Scurll is still part of those 6-man tags with Villain Enterprises. Now, I saw someone online say, oh, well, he can just do the fabulous, Freebird thing and throw the belt on someone else from the group, because there's 4 people in the group. And that may be true, but that'd be a really lousy way to do something to one of your championships. It just stick it on someone else. I don't like that way of thinking, but whatever. So I'd say on this list so far, Ring of Honor would honestly need him the most. Let's talk about MLW for a minute. I know a lot of people like MLW, but there's certain people that don't feel like MLW is worth much as far as, all right, Kross is going to go for like a big contract. People that just want exposure or maybe don't need the big contract go to a place like MLW. Um, I would say MLW needs Cross, but I don't think he's gonna go there. But hey, we didn't think Marty was gonna show up on NWA either. You never know who's gonna show up where. That's the biggest thing here. Um, where else? There's AEW. You know, you talk about the bigger names. Actually, no, before we talk about WWE and AEW, let's talk about New Japan for a minute. Now, I can't sit here and say, oh, well, I know everything about New Japan. So let's just start, I don't. I know some of the names that are in there, obviously. They showed a few in that clip. Was that Jay White, Minoru Suzuki? Oh, man. Kross versus Suzuki. Jeez Louise. Um, I haven't seen a ton of his matches, but I know he's a badass for his age. And I say for his age because he is getting up there in age. He's like, what, over 50, I think? And the guy is ridiculous. Just a crazy brawler, grappler. Um, who else did they show? Oh, they showed the champ, Okada. At least I think Okada's still the champ. Um, Jay White. What's his name? Togo? That real big, stocky, bald guy? Is that Togo? Is that his name? I can't think of. Um, Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., and Cross would be great IWGP six-man tag champs. Oh, man, that would be interesting. Okay, here we go. Eric said, that's right. Kenta was in there. Man, Cross versus Kenta. Okay, just put that on a poster. Cross versus Kenta. That would be sick. Here, let's jump back in the chats here for a minute. Damn, weather in Seattle's hurting my internet. No, screw that weather. They Cross might have burnt his bridge in regards with his current regime of Demore and Callus. Yeah, but you never say never. Let's be honest. If I really don't want to get back into that whole discussion of what happened to him, but let's just say never, okay? But I don't think he would go back there anytime soon. Obviously, the communication would have to improve greatly, and respect on both sides and all that kind of stuff. This is interesting. This is a name I didn't throw out there. OVW. Now, they put their stuff on YouTube now. And I did sub to it, but I have not watched it yet. Oh. OVE. Oh, OVE. Wait, OVE promotion? I'm not sure I know about that OVE promotion. Yesterday's episode was interesting. No spoilers. Okay, that's spoiler enough. No, I'm kidding. Yes, no spoilers. ROH or MLW is the best fit for him, but if he signs with ROH and Anthem buys them, that'd be hilarious. Oh my God, that is hilarious. Perhaps AEW if he wants creative freedom. Yes, I'm sure he wants some creative freedom. And he's very creative. He is. Aha, here's the name I was trying to think of. Tomohiro Ishii. Yes. Thank you. Critical Sting coming through again. I wish Impact had a partnership with NJPW because I want to see Jay White in Impact. Ooh. That would be interesting. If Kross goes WWE, he will be Seth Rollins' bitch or security guard. Yeah, I said a kind of like CM Punk was one of the guys on the car. I don't remember which Mania it was, but he was one of the guys on the car in the security detail dressed up as a gangster for the John Cena entrance. I'm assuming that's kind of what you mean. That'd be funny. Triple H versus Killer Kross, but Triple H puts Kross over. I don't want Roman versus Killer Kross. LOL, please. No. Yeah, I have no clue what. Last time I saw a picture of the big dog, he had big dog food spread all over his face. It was like a bestiality porno gone wrong. It just looked horrible. It was absolutely terrifying. I don't know what was going on there. I don't want to know what was going on there. Oh my God, what are they doing to that poor bastard? Look at that. Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, leaves, and just everything goes to shit. Just everything legit goes to shit. Just unbelievable. But it's good shit. Of course. Of course, Vinnie Mac. Of course. We all know that. Which is why I don't watch it. I believe Austin Aries would return before Kross would an Impact. Yeah, I believe that. In fact, Aries has put a lot of interesting interviews out there lately. His interview with Chris Van Vliet was very good. Really shed some light on some stuff. So I'm sure he wants to be near his gal, yes, and WWE would pay him the money he wants. Well, I don't know about that, but, and I think a lot of people assume, once again, never assume, but a lot of people assume he wants to be where his girl is. His girl, if you don't know, Scarlett Bordeaux is in NXT. Has not been featured yet on TV, but is in NXT. And you never know what the hell they're going to do with people down there. Former Impact girl Chelsea Green has been in NXT for a while. And she's been banged up. She just came back from an injury or something. Apparently, she's debuting on Raw next week. Now, I don't know if they're keeping her by any means on Raw. Then at least she'd be touring with her man, Zack Ryder. Although I don't think he's been on much lately either. I could be wrong. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Kross versus Triple H. Kross, I tell you what, I wouldn't mind seeing Kross kick the snot out of Baron Corbin. I think the two would actually have a decent match. I know nobody likes Baron Corbin. And I think people forget that Corbin is actually a pretty good wrestler. Here I am putting over a WWE guy that I never watched. From what I remember, he's a decent wrestler in a really shitty storyline. That's why nobody likes him or respects him. King Corbin and all that chaotic bullshit. So I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Corbin and Kross go at it if I was watching, which I'm not. Bray Wyatt and Kross, I'm sure that'd be a hell of a package. Gosh. Ooh. How about, I'm looking at my, wall of figs here. How about Daniel Bryan versus Killer Kross? Saito suplex versus running knee. Um. Oh, how about Samoa Joe? How about Samoa Joe? Um. I tell you what. And they could do this now because they did it in AAA. They did it in Impact Wrestling, and I think it'd be funny because then people would rip on WWE for, oh, they're copying Impact Wrestling again, which is, yes, there's those fans out there that are ridiculous, but if Jomo is coming back, they could stick those two together, and I think that would actually be pretty good. It's actually a really, really good idea. Because the two have a connection and the two work well. They when you put Killer Kross next to, or stand them behind John Morrison, that shit works. Okay, we've seen it. You've seen it in Impact Wrestling. You've seen what they've done in AAA. Maybe you haven't, but it's similar. Okay, so yeah, it could work. Um, Here's a fantasy booking because a lot of people assume he's going to just come back. How about CM Punk versus Killer Kross? I'd watch that shit. I would absolutely watch that shit. And then I turned the channel as soon as it was done. No, I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's switch gears here. I oh my lord, I'm just like scrolling up here. I've clipped toenails more interesting than Corbin. Oh, that is funny. I'm not going to overanalyze that. I'm just going to, all right. Damn, Sting. AJ Styles, love the six-sided ring while Sting hated it, LOL. Oh, you're talking about the three, what the hell they call that? Table for three. I actually watched that one. I was thinking about reviewing it. Yes, I watched it. Don't ask me how, I just watched it. Was thinking about reviewing it because that's actually kind of interesting because I've been doing a lot of Impact stuff with Total Nonstop Impact, going back and talking about the classic stuff. It's actually kind of interesting, but we'll save that for another time. Maybe we'll save that for content for Total Nonstop Impact. I'd like to see Daniel Bryan versus Killer Kross. There we go. Here, okay, like I said, let's switch gears. Oh, before we switch gears, Aleister Black versus Killer Kross. Good night. Take my money. Hell yeah. Good idea, Hakeem. Hell yeah. Eric says Jacob Fatu versus Killer Kross. Yes, as we saw in that promo, there were a few MLW names thrown in there. Brian Pillman was one of them. Or Brian Pillman Jr., I should say. Gotta throw the junior in there. Fatu. Jacob Fatu is effing amazing. I'd love to see Kross versus Fatu, man. Hell, stick him in a cage. Why not? Stick him in a cage. And Fatu's been running over everyone. And I think Kross would be the first one to, like, not necessarily beat Fatu, but to actually put an ounce of fear in their group. Contra. Gosh, yeah. Can you tell me I'm a little rusty on the MLW stuff? Oh, Andre Corbeil. What is up, brother? I believe he will show up in MLW first before being snatched up. Very good possibility of that because he could do like a couple cities, in other words, a couple of months in MLW. Um, I'm not sure, and that's another thing. I don't know if there's any restrictions on Cross. They did let him go, and I don't know if there's like a 3-month thing on him. I have not heard that. I'm sure we're going to find that out soon enough. Cross is big enough and strong enough to throw around Brock pretty easily. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Cross is size-wise, he may not be the largest. Like, okay, when I say large, I mean like Brian Cage large, okay? But Cross is strong, man, and he's got skills. So yeah, he could legit toss around Lesnar pretty damn easily. I agree, Andre. I agree. Taz calls table for three, dancing with the tables. What the hell is that? Oh, put Cross in a feud with a motivated Randy Orton. Keyword motivated. Um, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a decent idea. I like that. Suzuki versus Killer Kross will be money, but if he goes to AEW, will he join MF? Oh, join MJF and Wardlow and Cross as a tag team champions, and MJF as AEW TV champion. Well, they don't have a TV championship yet, but you know what? MJF is absolutely going to be champ someday. I could picture MJF beating Chris Jericho down the road. I legit can see that. That's a good idea, though. Cross is in TMZ Trent's company, AAW. Oh, uh, I'm assuming you meant TNI. Total Nonstop Impact, for those who don't know. Yeah, yeah, I've seen the footage. He's been wreaking havoc down in Chi-Town. So, yeah, he's showing up a lot of different places. He's champ in Sammy's company, Pro Wrestling Revolver, I think, or one of those. I wish we saw Cross versus Peak Evil Pentagon Jr. I'd love to see that. Hey, and you know what? Let's talk about that just for a second. Cross has been dying to wrestle Pentagon on a big stage. It never happened in Lucha Underground. At least I don't think it did. And I don't think it happened in Impact Wrestling. I forget some of the people that Cross faced. Um, but I don't think he's faced them yet. Probably on an indie level, I forget. Cross probably won't debut in the E until Rumble or Raw after Mania. Yeah, you know what? Today they had a lot of, fire underneath each one promotion wise for AEW and NXT. So I was like, okay, Impact legit just announced that they let him go. Who's to say he wouldn't show up hours later on a show? So, yeah, I was kind of keeping my eye on the feed. I was watching AEW, but no, he did not show up. Oh, here we go. Cross versus Davey Boy Smith Jr. They faced off during this past WrestleMania weekend. Forget the name of the show, but they were legit wrestling and grappling. Damn, I can't think of it. popular underground wrestling show right now. Someone will someone will come up with it. I forget, but yeah, would love to see. Yeah, that was yep, that was last year. Kross versus Brody Lee, take my money, and I mean take it. Hell yeah, wherever Brody Lee shows up, that's a big question mark too. We've talked about that on here. In fact, that was about a week ago. Um, Thanks, Andre. Take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. Michael Elgin versus Killer Kross in Impact. Oh man, yep, could have happened. Could have happened. Fought Davey Boy and lost. It was one of those MMA type matches. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Or was that this past? No, it wasn't last year. It's almost you almost call it last year. Yeah, that was WrestleMania weekend. I can't not think of the name of the show. Whatever it is. All right, so gosh, who else? Um but yeah, I think Ring of Honor honestly needs him the most. I'd love to see. I mean, I'm still kind of quietly keeping my eye on Ring of Honor. I was kind of watching them um, last couple days to see, what happened. New faces because they just lost a couple. They didn't lose Marty yet, so we're gonna have Marty in Ring of Honor for a little longer till he drops that title, which will probably be at the next tapings, or maybe he'll stick around. Who knows? He's got quite the following in Ring of Honor, and honestly, Ring of Honor needs to keep him. I don't think they can afford to lose too many more guys right now. But and I'm not going to discuss all the hiccups that they have going on backstage. I'm not privy to all that stuff, so I don't want to sit here and take a lot of time and throw shade on a company that I don't know exactly what's going on. Does anybody really all know what's going on besides what Joey Mercury has put out there and stuff like that? Thank you. Bloodsport. Yes, that was it. That was the first one. Thank you. They've had a couple cents, I guess. Yeah. Brody Lee could be Brody Diener. Well, that would certainly make that group to be taken a little more seriously, wouldn't they? A little less comedy, I guess. Um, J-Mo Killer Kross goes to Alberto Del Rio MMA promotion after he does AEW or WWE. Hey, Combate America is hiring. And they just had a big show. Thunder Rosa was on there. Sexy Star. I can't think of her real name, but anyway, Sexy Star was on there. She just had her first match. Alberto El Patron just had a thing with Tito Ortiz. I guess Tito Ortiz slaughtered him in no time at all. But see, that's the thing. We could joke about it, but Killer Kross knows. I don't know if it's jujitsu or what, all different kinds of different styles of MMA. He knows he's legit a badass. He could do a small stage like Combate America, have a part-time gig there maybe, and do some shows, couple shows, two, 3 shows a year, whatever, and then wrestle somewhere on the side that's going to let him do that. There's not too many places that I think would actually let him do that. Um, because he's not, he's not as big of a name, obviously, as Cain Velasquez or Brock Lesnar. So if he is going to do something like that, it would have to be on a small scale, a smaller company, or if anything, a braver company like AEW willing to take that kind of chance. But I don't know if they're willing to take that kind of chance on anyone. I don't think they have anybody doing that right now as it is. All right, a couple more comments and we're going to get out of here. I wanted to talk about this for about a half an hour. Sin Cara's next. Yeah, he cleared up his stuff with AAA real quick, changed his name. I'm sure somebody got a phone call from some WWE lawyers, said, hey, change that shit. Oh, gosh. Kross goes to W main roster. He'll be a blank story. Probably himself, Scarlett. And probably Baron Corbin. Oh, my God. Yeah, we don't want him with Corbin. Although Corbin needs someone legit like Kross that might help his rep a little, because God knows WWE is not doing anything for Corbin's reputation right now. So, all right, that's going to do it for this one. Elijah Washington. All right, so we're waiting for the comments to catch up here. I see the comment. Elijah Washington says, J-Bone, we got to talk about MLW. Did you watch it in NWA? I got to catch up. I've been so busy with stuff going on. I haven't had a chance to watch a complete show in a while. I did watch the pay-per-view, and I watched part of this week's NWA. The pay-per-view was good. I'm probably not going to review it because, I enjoyed it, but, I'm real distracted right now. I got a lot of shit going on. I'm probably not going to review anything more, I'll say, this year. It'll come back strong in 2020. And I'll try, once the holidays are over, then I'll actually be able to focus, set up a schedule like I used to have, and we'll get going on that again. But don't worry, folks. I'm not going anywhere. Just, hey, it's that time of year. There's shit going on. So don't worry. I'm doing all right. I'll be fine. Head hasn't fallen off yet. I say. So, yeah, we'll get back into the swing of things, and we'll start doing regular NWA reviews, MLW reviews, AEW, a little bit of Impact. And speaking of Impact, the goal for, where are we at here? Tomorrow night, it'll be late like usual, but we'll be live on Total Nonstop Impact, reviewing this week's Impact Wrestling. And there's some other stuff going on with the Impact Lounge that I'm not going to discuss on here. We'll probably discuss it more on the Total Nonstop Impact podcast on that channel. But there's some stuff coming up in the new year, and not going to go into any details here. It's just kind of has to do with the future of the podcast and everything. So just putting a little feelers out there for the future. There's some stuff happening. Some stuff. I'm just going to put it that way. Tasty. This dude should make this shit for a living. I keep telling him. Go into business, but I don't think Wisconsin laws make it really difficult for microbreweries to start or something. I don't know why, but All right. So, all right, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in for this unique conversation because we haven't discussed a lot of Killer Kross here on Smash This Podcast in a while. But his future is wide open, probably somewhat undetermined, and but hey, the guy knows how to promote himself very well. So keep an eye on his social medias. And speaking of social medias, got all my social medias down below. You can give that a follow. Yeah, a follow if you like. And on your way out, folks, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. And if I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you guys celebrate in your neck of the woods. Much love. We'll see you soon. Take care. Good night.